channel. Hope you get something out of it.
Howdy world, Hippy Trev here. So I'm about 4 days into building this model. This is part 2, and yeah, I've really been tearing my hair out. Yesterday was just a full-on day. It's like, I know I'm not the best model builder in the world, and it's been a long time since I've done army tanks, but seriously, yesterday just drove me mad. So, and this is part of what's starting to drive me mad, was getting these tracks all made up. So I've got all the wheels on, tubs on, finally got all the tracks on. Got a lot of the upper hull done as well. Still plenty more to do, and as you can tell, there are starting to be some unpainted parts which I've just left grey. And I've still got quite a number of parts left to go, still on the trees. And I haven't even started to build the turret yet, which is this part here. So, why am I pulling my hair out? Well, I'm about to show you. So, this model's instructions certainly aren't clear at the best of times. I'll just get over here. And especially when it came to putting the tracks together. And I think I was close to 4 or 5 hours yesterday installing these tracks. I've never done tracks like this before, and this is what they look like. I don't know if you can see these little individual pieces. I'm just going to drop the tripod down. So these are the individual track pieces yesterday, and it took me quite a while to realise that these don't clip in, that each track had to be individually glued together. Now there's one rack, and there's some pieces still left on the rack. And if you want to understand why I felt like tearing my hair out, I'm going to show you. Most of it was, all of it had to be built under this here magnifying glass, because I could not see on my own to build this thing. And as far as the colour scheme, well, I started getting completely overwhelmed with actually the amount of parts and the lack of paints and paint colours I actually have. I was trying to do something different, but overall, towards the end, it was just like, I just want to get this model built. It's starting to overwhelm me. And unlike professional modelers, unlike professional models have the big desk. Unlike professional models, they had big workspace. They had that big green mat with all the lines and the numbers and everything on it. They have a multitude of tools, and they have all the right paints and all the right gear. This is it. This is my workstation here. This one little bench. I built all my models. This is my sum total of workspace when it comes to building models. And when you have a multiple thing of pieces and so forth, it does, you know, I just can't lay parts out anywhere. It becomes very overwhelming very quickly. Now let's get down to this track. So I'm just going to get me glue and everything set up. And that's blocked, so I've got to go 4+ hours to put this track together yesterday. Let's get my glue ready. 4+ hours to put this track together yesterday with all these little individual pieces. I'm going to show you what's involved in getting that done. And then you had to wait till the glue was partly dry and not glazed, so you could wrap it around the drive wheel, around the idler sprocket, and look, you can see here it's come apart on me in a couple of spots. Just putting these tracks together and getting the wheels on and the track on and secured, close to 5 hours. Now, if I had to struggle through for 5 hours of work yesterday to make this work, you guys are going to struggle through for the next 10-15 minutes while I put 15 pieces of this track together. Because part of the model requires some track made up and stuck along the front here. And I need 15 pieces, and this is what it takes to get those 15 pieces done. Now, it's also, so dirty, it also took me a while to realise, use a scalpel. Otherwise you end up having to cut, if you cut these pieces out individually, you're using my Swiss Army knife, scissors. I then had to go and trim up every piece that I cut out. So we'll just, one. So I'm doing all this under the magnifying glass because my eyes are shit for a start. And these parts are so tiny. 2, 3. And if you think this is slow going, try putting over 70 of these little parts together. Then you'll know what slow going is all about. And for the first half of first quite a few pieces I've done, it did take me a long time to realise that these don't clip together. They actually have to be individually glued together. And that took me a while to realise that they just don't clip together, they actually have to be glued. I mean, I'm powering through it at the moment because I've done so many of them yesterday, and I've sort of got the idea of how to do it now. So yes, my modelling skills have, I've just lost that part right there. That one's taken off somewhere. My modelling skills have certainly are not at their greatest. The overwhelming amount of pieces in this small model was really starting to get on top of me. I don't have any airbrushes or anything like this. Every part has to be individually painted, although I do use rattle can paint for the hull and things. So there's no camo in that. Right, that'll do for now. Rightio. Let's start assembling them. This is what it takes to put these tracks together. Oh shit. Three little dogs of glue. Oh, this bench is not even stable. It is tilted, so every time you put something down that moves, it just does roll away. Right. That is not even going in. I'm also not happy with the plastic of this model. Rightio, there's first piece done. The glue seems to melt the plastic. Some bits that I cut and needed to be filed and trimmed up. The minute you try and file off any of the rough edges, using I use like a nail file. The plastic just seems to melt and go all distorted. That you can't clean. The plastic does not clean up very well at all. And then double glue them after you. There we go. Starting to get into the groove of it now. But this did take me a while to figure out how to do this part. thoughts turn towards that massive big King Tiger tank that has so many parts. I've watched a couple of videos on that mod being built. I don't think I've got the workspace to even build that model. That it is massive, and there's all these subsections you've got to build to put it together. So what I'll do when I get all these together, I'll just I'll let them dry. I don't need these to have to flex. They just get stuck straight on the front of the tank. And I've just buggered this up. There we go. And some of these pieces don't go together that well. And sometimes you're better off just putting a few together, walking away, letting it dry. I don't even know how many pieces I've got joined here at the moment. That one there looks like it needs actually trimming, but I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, and so it's just coming apart now. I said this is a very... I've never had to do tracks like this before. This is so frustrating. And my tweezers are crap as well. I don't have proper model tweezers. These are just... they don't grab the parts very well. I mean, I'm making all the excuses in the world if I'm doing a bad job, and I am. No doubt about it. Like, that is just absolutely terrible what's going on here. That last piece didn't want to go in properly. It's still not in properly. I don't have a proper modelling desk. This is it. I don't know if you guys can even see what's going on here. And my hands, I can't even turn these pieces over. They're so small. My hands are so big. So I've probably got another day putting the turret together. Maybe today. I've got other things I've got to go out and do today. I've got SES haul to go unpack and set up. Oh, sorry, I've got the SES haul to go and pack up from the bingo today. Need to go and do some shopping and a few things. It's been so cold. I can't believe how cold it's been. This is not Queensland weather that I'm aware of, but anyway. Feels like it's going to be a long winter. But anyway, there we go. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 12 pieces of track joined together. There, that's it. There's 12 pieces of track joined together. And how long did that take me? And I'm actually quite good at it now because I spent 4 hours doing it yesterday. So that's to go on the front of the model. I do need a few more pieces to join onto that, but I'll do later. So that's just going on the front of the model there, as requested. I can put a couple of more joins. I'll do that later. I'm not going to do it now. Rightio, so there we are, worlds. Most of the top part of the tank's done. there's just a few more bits to go on. I've got an aerial I'm not going to put on till last. Obviously there's some hatches to go on the front here, and yeah, my paintwork's absolute crap. That's the body work, or the tub work. That's pretty much done. Pretty lousy, as you can tell. Like I said, there's bits of broken track right there. The track's come apart. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not messing with it anymore. That's as good as done as I am. And then I've got the turret to build next. Always make sure you put your glue on, your cap on your glue, and blow your straw out. And if that gets blocked up with glue, which it does, you just hit it with a lighter and it just cleans all the glue out. So anyway, worlds, there you have it. I think I'm day 4 on this. Oh, excuse my hair. I think I'm day 4 on this model, and I've probably still got at least, well, probably a full day putting the turret together, maybe, and then just going around and tie up. I've still got a mess of parts there left to do, and then of course, then the daunting job of doing the King Tiger, which is, yeah. So anyway, I've got all the excuses under the world for being such a shit ass modeler, but like I said, that is the sum total of my workspace right there. That's it. This is where I do all my models. I don't go and do them in a shed. I haven't got a big table. I don't have a workshop. This is it. They all just get done here on this little tiny bench. So anyway, Walds, yeah, you must be wondering why I do them. Well, you know what? My friend Els yesterday, it was quite funny. I was explaining to her what was happening, and she said, "Oh, you're filming any of it?" And I said, "There is just way too much swearing going on for me to be filming any of this yesterday, especially doing that track gear. There was just way too much swearing going on. There's no way I'm going to film any of that. God knows what the neighbours think of me by now, because I was, if they don't know what F&C means before yesterday, they certainly do today, because I was just having a bastard of a time getting this model put together. I think I'm over the worst of it now, but like I said, there are still a shitload of pieces there to go. There's more pieces that probably should be painted properly, but whether I get around to doing that or not, I'm just not sure. So, and not only that, I'm day 4 quitting smoking again, so you can imagine the anxiety of not being able to just pull up, go and have a ciggy and a cuppa. Day 4, no smoking whatsoever, and yeah, I'm sure that doesn't help as well. But anyway, well, I'll get back to you when I get the final part of this build done, and then of course then we got the huge King Tiger to look into next, which I'm actually getting to the point where I've watched a couple of videos of other people building them. I'm almost at the point where I might just put it up for sale and sell it off, because I'm starting to wonder if that job's just way out of my league, because it is massive. There's 300 plus pieces or more. I said I've watched a couple of videos of other people building this model, professional people who know how to do things properly. Way out of my league, I'm starting to think, but we'll see how it goes if I get the gumption started or not. So anyway, Wells, you know the drill. Stay safe, keep your knees in the breeze, and we'll catch you later. Bye.